Hey y'all, in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 things you can get for free as a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and some of it may surprise you, so let's get into it. Hey y'all, this is Tiffany with Boss on a Budget. I help new and small nonprofits get up and running. So if you need help with your nonprofit or you need help raising money for your new nonprofit, make sure you subscribe because I drop videos every week. So I wanted to talk about 3 things that you may not have realized you can get for free as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And I'm saying 501c3 nonprofit in particular because a lot of times the verification process is that you have to have 501c3 status. So it's not just enough to just be a nonprofit, you also have to have 501c3 status. Now, if what I just said confuses you and you're like, wait a minute, I thought they were the same thing, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to link some videos below and also above. So the first video I'm going to link is what is a 501c3 organization, so you can figure out what that means and the difference between that and a nonprofit. And then I'm also linking above my what is a nonprofit video so you can understand better. So also I want you to wait to the end of the video because I want to share one hack that I found has been really helpful in getting things for free as a nonprofit organization. So make sure you stick around for that. So the first thing is Google for Nonprofits. And Google for Nonprofits is a really big, broad term, but I'm going to focus on one aspect of Google for Nonprofits, which is Google Workspace. So what is Google Workspace? It is kind of the package of apps that you can use to kind of manage your business. So if you're a business owner and you're trying to set up your email, you want to set up your Drive, you want to set up your calendar or video calling through Google Meet, you can do that within like the Google Suite. But that costs money for businesses. But as a nonprofit, if you would like the Google Suite of different apps, you can get it for absolutely free. Now remember, like I said before, you need to be a 501c3 organization. And I'm also going to provide the links to Google for Nonprofits so you can read for yourself and look at the eligibility requirements. But generally, if you're a 501c3 organization, you can get all that for free. So what does that mean? First of all, which is the biggest thing of all, is that you can get emails set up through your domain for free. You don't have to pay per email. So if you're a regular business, if you get more than 2, 3, 4, 5 emails, it starts to add up because you have to pay per email. So let me explain what that means if you don't know what domain is and all that kind of stuff. So my domain for my business is bossonabudget.com. So in order for me to have emails where if people want to email Tiffany at bossonabudget.com or info at bossonabudget.com, those are 2 separate emails that I have to pay for, right, in order for people to do that. But if you're a nonprofit and you want to set up 30 emails at your domain, so at yournonprofit.org, if you want to set up a bunch of emails, you can do that and you don't have to pay per email. That is by far one of the greatest features of Google for Nonprofits that you should be mindful of. But it also comes with 30 gigabytes of space in your Google Drive and also all the different apps that come with just the professional suite of Google apps. So I really recommend you check them out because sometimes, like, just because something's available, we don't pay attention to it. But Google has a lot of nice nifty features. So I would check out the link below so you can see what you're eligible for. And just remember, the base rate for nonprofits is absolutely free. You don't have to pay for that. Now, if you want more storage or if you want a little bit more security for your emails and for your Drive, then you will have to pay a monthly fee, but it is greatly discounted from what other businesses get. So make sure you check it out right now. The second thing you can get for free as a 501c3 nonprofit is Canva for nonprofits. So if you use Canva or if you love Canva, let people know in the comments because people love Canva. And if you've never heard of it, I'm going to explain it right now. So it's basically a service or an app you can use to do graphic design. Like you can fake like you're a graphic designer. You can design flyers, business cards, t-shirt designs, your logo, anything, your social media posts. You can design all of that within Canva and it's pretty powerful. Like you can do some really sharp stuff just using Canva and you can get away with a lot without having to pay a designer or without having a lot of knowledge about what it means to put together a flyer and all that kind of stuff because it includes templates and they guide you through. It's so easy to use. So Canva has like a free version, which is pretty robust. You can do quite a bit of things with Canva for free, right? So you don't necessarily have to go up and step up to their pro level, but if you are a 501c3 nonprofit, you get their pro level for free. And so that's for up to 10 people, so for up to 10 accounts. And so with the pro level, you get a little bit more fancy stuff, right? Like you can take away the backgrounds and pictures easily. You can easily resize. You can save like a brand kit. You can save it so that it's easy to share among your staff. So it just gives you a little bit more flexibility and capability with using the service. And it actually does come in handy because sometimes in Canva, you can have like the free stuff, like some of the free clip art. I know that's a 90s term. I don't know if people still use the word clip art, but I'm gonna use it today. But sometimes you want clip art or a picture and it may have like a $ on it, meaning that if you download it, you have to pay for it. Now, sometimes it may be $1, it may be $3 or $5, but sometimes you don't want to have to pay per picture for something. With the pro account, a lot of that stuff that normally you would have to pay for if you were using the free Canva service comes with the pro account. So it is an advantage if you're trying to kind of level up and use more sophisticated pictures, or you just want a different look than what you get with the free service. So I do recommend that you check it out and make sure, first of all, that you have a canva.com account, just period. Whether you're gonna get the pro account or not, make sure you're signed up for Canva. And then what you can do once you have your free account is just apply to Canva, and make sure you have your 501c3 status before you do this. And once they verify that, you'll have access to their pro features. So if you're interested in getting a canva.com pro account, I'm linking below the link to sign up. And if you're a business owner also and you want a pro account and you don't mind paying for it, I also have a link below that you can use to sign up for a pro account just for regular business people who are not nonprofits. Now, I wanted to say before I go to number 3, if you're interested in starting a nonprofit or you just started your nonprofit and you're trying to figure out what the heck you're supposed to be doing next, I do have a nonprofit startup workbook, which walks you through basically your first year and how to plan for your nonprofit. It talks about things like your budget, like your strategic plan, like outcomes, insurance, your board, your bylaws, things like that. So if you're struggling, if you need help with that, make sure you check out the startup workbook, which is linked below. All right, the third one is a juicy one, and you may not know about it. It's kind of like the best kept secret when it comes to grants, all right? So what you can get for free is access to the Foundation Directory online. So I'm gonna break this down a little bit in case you don't know what that is. So a lot of people, especially when they're super new, gravitate to grants. They think that grants are gonna save their nonprofit. All they have to do is just do a bunch of proposals and they're set. Now, I've had videos and I've talked before on other platforms about why that's not a smart strategy. We're not gonna talk about that today, but we're gonna talk about if you are looking for grants, how to use this service and how to get it for free. So the Foundation Directory Online is managed by a company called Candid, okay? So back in the day, they used to be called Foundation Center, and they merged with another company to become Candid. And they manage this huge database of foundations across the country and some that are across the world. So if you're looking for a foundation to grant money to your nonprofit, you would go to this database and you can search and see all kinds of information based on their giving history. You can see who they gave to, you can see how much they gave, you can see information from their tax forms, like who's on their board, all that kind of stuff. Now, to do really robust searches, because the Foundation Directory Online is a really, really powerful tool. They have a lot of information on foundations and different funders, and then plus you can see funders that are like them. So when you do your searches, you can look geographically, you can look for common funders, all that kind of stuff, which makes your grant search way easier. But in order to get like the advanced features with the search, you have to pay for that. Now this is what I'm going to tell you in terms of you being able to get that service for free. What people don't realize is that the Foundation Directory Online has partnerships with libraries all across the country. So usually there's one library in your local area that has a subscription to the Foundation Directory Online. And if they have a subscription, that means once you go to the library, you can do your searches and access that service that's usually a paid service for free. just by going to your library. Now, the kicker is there are not many libraries that have this service. It's usually one in a certain geographic area. And for some people, that may be a stretch. Like that one library may be like hundreds of miles away. But I'm just letting you know that it's a particular feature that you want to make sure you check out and see which local library has it, which local library has signed up for the service. The other thing I want you to keep in mind is that because of the pandemic and everything went virtual during the pandemic, a lot of times libraries allowed the people in their area to access some of their services online without having to come to the library. So it's very possible that your library may have opened up access to Foundation Directory Online, even if you were at home. Now, I'm not saying it did or it didn't, but it's a possibility that they could have done that. So you got to do your research and figure that out. So I'm linking below like where you would go to find out where or what local library has access to Foundation Directory Online. This is a hack, y'all. This is something that a lot of people may not realize and don't know. So I hope you use this to your full advantage, all right? So I promise at the end of the video to give you one hack to get more things for free as a nonprofit. So if you're watching this video, I want to speak directly to you, especially if you're the person who you don't have a lot of resources and you're trying to get things for free and you want to make sure that you use your resources wisely and not run out of money as you're trying to start your nonprofit. The hack for getting things for free is just to network. It's just to put your name out there. It's to talk to people. It's to meet people. And it's to tell people what you need. Now, you're probably watching this and saying, Tiffany, that's not a hack at all. Why'd you make me wait to the end of the video just to hear that? But I really want to speak to the new nonprofit founder, especially y'all, because some people feel like, all they have to do is work in their bubble. All they have to do is sit on their computer, design their programs, and then the money will come. And they don't think about how to intentionally market themselves. They don't think about how to intentionally put the name of the nonprofit out there so that it's top of mind for people. And that is a must for any new business, really, not just nonprofits, but anybody starting a new business and trying to elevate or trying to get to the next level. So if you want things to come to your nonprofit, if you want to get things for free, or you want to attract people who can do things for you pro bono or discounted or provide help for you, you need to put yourself out there. You need to join associations in your area, join a chamber of commerce, join your nonprofit association, talk to your community foundation, talk to other business owners, get to know people, tell them the kind of work that you're doing and why you're doing it, talk about the importance of you all collaborating together to support your local community. Do that regularly, and you'll find that as you start talking to people and as you start meeting people and setting your intention, right? Putting out there what you need and saying what you're able to provide, and you provide value to other people, things will come to you. And sometimes those things will be free or sometimes pro bono. I've heard many stories of people talking about them looking for services like with an accountant, right? And then they're sharing with that accountant the kind of work they do, and the accountant's like, wow, I really, really like what you're doing. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to do this for free, or I'm not going to charge you full price for what I would normally charge. And it's just through having that conversation, right? It's just through meeting people and talking about the great work you're doing and sharing your passion. So you probably thought I had like a really specific thing, like go here and do this, but I really mean this, that it's important for you as a new nonprofit founder to put yourself out there, not to be afraid to ask for what you want, and just go for it. Now, before I end this video, I do want to share one thing though. As a nonprofit founder, don't expect everything to be for free. So I really wanted you to hear this too, okay? So don't go into situations just expecting, just because you're a nonprofit, that people are going to just bow down and do everything for you without you having to pay for it. There are some things you're gonna have to pay for, and there are some things, quite honestly, you should pay for. You shouldn't be getting a discount for it, or you shouldn't be getting it for free because it's just that valuable. So I want you to understand that. And this comes up a lot, especially, y'all, especially when it comes to grant writers. A lot of people think that that service should be done for free, or they make the mistake of saying, oh, I'll pay you once I get the grant, which is unethical, and you shouldn't be doing that. I have another video on why you shouldn't do that. I'm linking it above. But you got to have respect for the work that you expect to be done for your nonprofit. And especially in the grant writing space, that takes time, that takes expertise. That is a profession that people work really hard at. And so it's an insult actually expecting or going into a situation and just expecting that people should do things for you for free, that they should work for free. All right. Now, I'm not saying that some grant writers won't help you out or write one for free or discount it for you. That, again, that's a part of relationship building, but don't expect to go into every situation and just think that everybody should just not have to charge you. That's the wrong attitude to have. So I just had to say that, y'all, because I know some people want to take this all the way left and be like, oh, I'm going to ask for everything for free. There's nothing wrong with asking, but be respectful and understand that there are some things you should be paying for. All right. So was this video helpful? If it was, make sure you let me know in the chat. Also, if you need help with your nonprofit, make sure you check me out at www.bossonabudget.com, and I will see you in the next video.